Welcome back to another Rising of the Shield Hero review. Today is episode 8. I'm Justin.
What is up? I'm Logan.
Together with Couch Talk, as always, Logan's anime viewer only. I come from the manga, and we're going to discuss the episode and give our scores at the end. You ready to do
Let's
the talking?
let's do it.
So right in the beginning, we have him kind of crafting some accessories for his party.
Hey, gotta look
Ways to
stylish.
Ways to kind of show his, I don't know. I don't want to use the word affection, but
His
like
gratitude.
appreciation, gratitude. Yeah. That was that. But it's this nice little moment there in the beginning before heading off to the epidemic, which is just a plague that we don't
Black
really,
Plague's back.
yeah. And he's there giving them the medicine and stuff. It's not like as like they use like, oh, the hell epidemic in the east or whatever from the last episode on. It never comes
Right.
off as that bad at all. It's
Right.
just
Now
oh,
Fumi is a part-time doctor at this point. He just goes around.
it makes him most money.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Uh, You gotta do what pays the bills. Get that check now, Fumi. I see you.
But the sword hero, he just kind of ran. He didn't quite
He left.
kind of like Naofumi says, like, in the games, you don't have to worry about the corpses. You just kill them, they kind of like disappear or whatever.
Right.
And, but now if you leave the corpses behind, especially of a dragon, it'll rot and it'll like leave off a poison and just affect everything in the area.
Yeah.
It's probably you don't have to worry about that on like small creatures, but a big ass dragon, you probably do.
Yeah, I mean, human bodies do it, so I can only imagine a giant mythical dragon is going to do the same, or at least probably worse. Well, obviously worse.
Yeah, because they went to go take care of it, but it became a zombie dragon. It was like, oh man, we thought this was gonna be an easy job. Just clean it up some, get it out of here. Use my anti like poison shield thing.
Right.
But yeah, it came alive again in the undead fashion.
That's one way to, maybe it's just a dragon thing. Just, oh, I'm a zombie now. Gotcha.
Yeah, it just happened to be at the exact moment
That's also
that now
saying.
Fumi finally showed up months after it's been slain.
It's just, oh, I want to be a dragon or a zombie now. So here I am.
Philo rushes in because she hates dragons.
Philo's a bit specious. Let's not kid
Yeah,
ourselves here.
it's part of their like bird thing,
Yeah.
so they just hate dragons. But yeah, she gets eaten right off the bat.
Yeah, she just chomped. This,
So how are you feeling at this
I
moment?
don't,
This is new to you.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about it because I was at first I was surprised. I was like, "Wow, really? Did that just happen?" But then they kind of, I mean, they did show remorse, Naofumi and Ruff, but it wasn't like as severe as I expected in a way. Does that make sense? I understand he activated the curse shield. This I don't know. Something felt off about this episode to me.
See, my thing is like he gets the message: Do you seek power? Do you want hate? And it's like, what is sending him that message, right?
Right.
And it's like,
Well, this one, okay. So this didn't feel as genuine as when he had his little duel with the spear guy and then he was kind of like losing himself and then the curse was coming. That felt more natural. This one, it kind of felt like they just kind of baited Philo's death. They're like, oh, she died. Oh, wait, but she didn't. Gotcha. Just to push him there. Because it was weird because, I mean, he can see their health bars. So, like,
That is true. He can't see their health bars, and he could see if a party member died or not.
Right.
But it's like
I mean,
it
I'm
was just
sure
it's in
he's.
the heat of the moment, I guess. And I don't
Yeah.
know if that status bar is up all the time in his vision or not.
I felt it was
'Cause I
kind
feel
of.
like that status bar would always be in your vision, right? It'd be
Yeah,
a
that's what I'd assume.
but,
Especially if
but
you're
it's
in
like
the middle of a fight, you want to kind of know.
yeah, that is true.
I feel like they kind of rushed it, like this whole curse shield thing. Because, like, it was like legit 2 minutes of fighting. Philo's just kind of acting on her own. And then she dies, and then he does it. I will say the whole curse thing was cool. Like, the curse coming on and, like, consuming him, and then him, like, being swallowed by. That part was great. But I felt like getting to there, they just kind of.
Yeah, his rage shield kind of came
Right.
out, and then but yeah, flaming,
Flaming.
and he was using it until Ratalia was able to pull him out, and he had burned her with it.
Yeah, he was quite losing control. I wonder if the every weapon, like every sacred weapon or hero weapon, has this curse side. I'd assume so, or maybe it is just the shield hero since he's kind of like the neglected one or the shamed one or looked down
Yeah,
on
and
one.
it's like maybe it's the shield that gives him the message or whatever. Like maybe the shield's been because it's been neglected over time. It like tries to find ways to grant the shield wielder power to be able to compete.
Right. I'll say it's strong. He went from defense to offense real quick.
Yeah, and then he wasn't fully able to heal Raftalia in that fight, but
He
it's
was
okay.
he was
Philo,
spamming it.
Philo burst out of the belly of the dragon, found a purple crystal, and that basically was granting it the ability to be alive. I'm guessing. Um, yeah, there was no blood when she was grabbed because she just threw up her
Yeah,
meal.
that was kind of. I was like, okay, sure.
But you're right with the point of the status bar, okay? But
It felt okay. It just felt not. Um, it felt like it wasn't properly earned. It just felt like really quick and rushed in a way. Cause like, I mean, I understand Philo kind of like acted on her own, but I mean, like most of their battles, it's now Fumi drawing aggro, and then them kind of.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, that is kind of that way. But this has to do. It's not like well explained or whatever. The hatred for the dragons that just kind of
Yeah.
consumes
Well, I
her.
feel like
But also, he even mentions towards the end like how he hesitated and stuff like that. Where, like it's like he wasn't thinking like he normally would either. And
yeah,
I
that's
get why you're saying that feels weird because it's like everything was different just to make this thing happen.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I can understand like, oh, it is surprising that a fucking dragon just came back to life, but like all of them felt like they didn't act like they usually do. If that makes sense to me, at least. At least like compared to the first curse shield, or at least what we were getting when we were getting to this one, didn't feel nearly as like you know as heart or like emotionally pulling as the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
But all right, whatever.
But yeah, they go back to town after beating it. Raftalia's still cursed, and she needs like pure holy water to basically remove it, which they don't have in the town, so they're gonna have to go to another town to take care of that later. He was able to use a small crystal to unlock a new shield. We don't know what it is yet because he's not either
Not
high
yet.
enough level to understand it, or it's just maybe something else entirely.
It's the question mark shield.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day we'll get the answer, or just be forgotten.
Who
It's been
knows?
known to happen in animes before.
Right.
Uh, But yeah, then they have their little tender moment of forgiveness and stuff.
Yeah,
But
that's
we pretty much discussed the important stuff.
yeah, that's about it.
Jump
Um,
into scores, or you
sh-
got something else you want to say real quick?
no, we can jump into scores. I'll say I'll say 6-ish. Like, 'cause I mean, I kind of went over it. I did like the Curse Shield moment, but I didn't like how they got to that moment. Pretty much, it just felt like, I don't want to say forced, but that's kind of how it felt. It kind of felt like we just want to quickly get him there, so we're just gonna, Fio's gonna die really quick. It's like, okay, it didn't feel as natural as the first time. I mean, I guess from him perspective, you could argue, yeah, because like he just saw someone die, so obviously he's gonna feel enraged. But from like an audience, it's like it just felt kind of like, here we go, we're just gonna quickly get this over with just to show what the curse shield is, or like we just want to introduce it, or establish it more than the first time. But other than that, yeah, it was fine. I am really curious about the curse shield. Like, can it seems like it can permanently consume him, maybe, if he lets it get too out of control, which it seems it'll be dangerous because now Fumi's pretty. Well, I initially thought maybe he got through all of his emotional turmoil, but obviously that's not the case, because even in this, he was kind of struggling with that. So I feel like it might be an ongoing thing for him, like that the curse shield might, always be threatening him to take him over or whatever. But it wasn't awful. I just wish it was executed better, pretty much.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with the six. Mostly, I mean, some of the good stuff were just like kind of like the tender moments throughout the episode here and there, and just yeah, it's like you say, like it's now that we keep mentioning, it's like, oh yeah, if you did say, oh, it was in the heat of the moment, but at the same time, he's got the status bar always up,
Right.
and when you actually acknowledge that, it's like, oh, it's harder to
And
actually
especially
accept
like,
anything that happens in this episode.
right, especially now Fumi, because he's pretty tactical when he fights. Like, he's pretty composed for the most part. I mean, obviously someone dying could ruin that, but you'd still think,
You would first reaction would be like, check the status of your teammate, right?
right. And
This
he's
is what
kind of
you
like
always
their
do.
well, he's obviously their leader, but he's almost like a father to her in a way. So you think he would be like very, you know, paying attention to those details. It was just a bit
And
weird.
it's
That's what I'll
not,
say.
yeah, it's not like he doesn't pay attention to him. Like even when he's healing the regular people in the town, it shows us the status bars and stuff all the
Right.
time. He's constantly checking the status bars. Like
Yeah.
it's not like all of a sudden he just forgets, unless he decided before combat to be like HUD display off.
It's distracting me now.
Yeah, I play hardcore games.
A
Okay.
hardcore mode. I don't need that HUD stuff. That's for babies. Oh well. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
that's it though.
It's spiel time. Spiel time.
Yeah, yeah, feel down. As always, if you don't want to be cursed, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, notification bell to be notified every time we upload. Comment down below. Let us know what you thought of the episode. If you did, didn't like, we scored, anything like that. No spoilers, as Logan's anime viewer only. Plenty of others are. And until next time, peace out.
See ya.